and welcome on Thomas Geiger Car. Today with a very special version of the Nissan GT-R. Because this car turned 50 2 years ago and Italdesign, the famous Italian design studio from Torino, turned 50 as well 1 year earlier. And the both legends joined forces to create a very special birthday edition, the GT-R 50, built by Italdesign. Costs about 1 million, will only be built in 50 examples, and we're here to test drive a final prototype around Torino to show what this vehicle is capable of. So if you want to know more about the competitor of 911 GT3, the most powerful Lamborghini Huracan and the McLaren, join me on my first test drive and I'll tell you more about it. The GT-R 50 doesn't only look razor sharp, it also drives like riding on the razor's edge. Since it's a combination of the GT-R Nismo and the GT3 race car, it is really sharp and explosive. 0 to 100 in less than 3 seconds and a top speed that is electronically limited to 315 kilometers per hour. That might not be enough to win in a pissing contest at a bar, but on the street, this car is almost unbeatable. And if you go to Nürburgring, you might definitely kick some asses of Porsches, Ferraris and Lamborghinis on the Döttinger Höhe. The engine has been taken over from the GT-R Nismo, but highly modified. The displacement of the V6 turbocharged is still 3.8 liters. But whilst you get 610 horsepower in the Nismo, the GT-R 50 offers you 720 horsepower and the torque is up to 780 Newton meters. Lots of fun to expect while hitting the pedal. The interior looks familiar on the one side and totally new on the other side. The basic layout is the same, all the instruments are the same, but the materials have changed quite dramatically. The original GT-R is plastic due to the relatively low price. But since Italdesign is charging more than €1 million for that car, they went for carbon, for leather, for pure lightweight and technical stuff. So you definitely feel a bit like in a race car. In this vehicle we have some actual additions due to the fact that it's still a prototype and a test car. We have an emergency switch, we have these 4-way belts and some beeps and some scrattles that will not be in the final version. Italdesign is an engineering and a design company, and you see that both in the car, because not only technology has been changed, but also the design. They have spiced up the GT-R quite a lot. No exterior part is standard anymore. Even if they look standard, they have changed the material and built most of the body in carbon. The look is way more aggressive. You have different headlights, you have a different front fascia. You have the new hood, you have a dramatically lowered roof with a different roof line with this jet tail. And my favorite view is the rear view, because not only the big spoiler that is movable with an hydraulic is catching your eye, the most amazing thing are the taillights, because they look like the afterburners of a jet plane. We're back in the outskirts of Torino at the Italdesign headquarters, and here at Italdesign they're tearing it apart and building it up again brand new with the new body parts, the new technology. Takes about 6 to 8 weeks and the first customer car should roll off the line later that spring. Production should be finished towards the end of the year. They just don't know yet how many vehicles to be built. They have already decided it's not going to be more than 50 cars, but for the moment not all of the cars are sold. The one reason is Corona, that has drained some millionaires' wallets quite dramatically. The other reason, it is still a Nissan. It is an extreme sports car, very rare, very exclusive and very fast. But it is a Nissan, and Nissan is definitely not billionaires' most favorite brand. So it's hard to sell the most expensive Nissan of all the times. Thanks for joining me. that exclusive test drive with the very rare Nissan GT-R 50 by E-Tile Design. A car that proves that 50 years of racing don't lead to retirement. This is a car that really wants to be driven, and it's the perfect birthday gift for a lucky few. But if I can make a wish, I would wish for something else. After 50 years and lots of rumors, it's definitely time for the announcement of the next generation GT-R. Especially after you have driven this one, you don't want the history to be finished, you want it to be continued.